TaskFlow works. Users can add tasks, filter them, mark them complete. But how do you know it still works after your next change? You don't. Not unless you test it. Manual testing means clicking through every feature after every change. That's slow, error-prone, and nobody does it consistently. Automated tests run in seconds and catch bugs before users do. The testing pyramid has 3 layers. Unit tests at the base. Fast, isolated, test one function. Integration tests in the middle. Test components working together. End-to-end tests at the top. Simulate real user behavior in a browser. Most of your tests should be unit tests. They're fast and reliable. In this video, you'll learn Vitest for running tests, testing library for rendering components, user events for simulating clicks and typing, mocking for isolating code from APIs and timers, and we'll write real tests for TaskFlow. Vitest is a test runner built for modern JavaScript. It uses the same config as Vite, so there's zero extra setup. Install it with npm install -d Vitest. Your test files go next to your source files with a .test.ts extension. A test file has 3 building blocks: describe it and expect. Describe groups related tests together. Describe parenthesis quote, add function quote, comma arrow function. Inside describe, you write individual tests with it. It parenthesis quote, adds 2 numbers quote, comma arrow function. Inside each test, expect makes assertions. Expect parenthesis add 1 comma 2 close parenthesis dot to be 3. To be checks exact equality. To equal checks deep equality for objects. To be truthy checks if a value is truthy. To contain checks if an array or string contains a value. To throw checks if a function throws an error. Run your tests with npx Vitest. Vitest watches your files and reruns tests on every save. Green means passing. Red means failing. Use npx Vitest run for a single run without watching. Add a test script to package.json, quote, test quote, colon quote, Vitest quote. Now npm test runs your entire test suite. Testing pure functions is straightforward, but components render UI. Testing library lets you render components and interact with them like a user would. Install @testing-library/react and @testing-library/jest-dom. For Svelte, use @testing-library/svelte instead. The API is almost identical across frameworks. Render a component with the render function. Import render from @testing-library/react. Render parenthesis angle bracket TaskCard /angle bracket. Now query the rendered output using screen. Screen.getByText finds an element by its visible text. Screen.getByRole finds elements by their ARIA role. GetByRole quote button quote comma name colon quote delete quote. This finds a button with the accessible name delete. GetByQueries throw an error if the element isn't found. Query by returns null instead of throwing. Use it to check something is not there. Find by is async. It waits for elements that appear after a delay. Await screen.findByText parenthesis quote loading complete quote. User events simulate real interactions. Import user event from @testing-library/user event. Const user equals user event dot setup. Await user dot click parenthesis screen dot get by role quote button quote. Await user dot type parenthesis input comma quote buy groceries quote. After interactions, assert the DOM updated correctly. Expect screen.getByText quote buy groceries quote dot to be in the document. Real components call APIs, use timers, and import other modules. In tests, you don't want to make real API calls. Mocking replaces real implementations with controlled fakes. vi.fn creates a mock function. Const on click equals vi.fn. Pass it as a prop, trigger a click, then check it was called. Expect onClick dot to have been called once. Expect onClick dot to have been called with quote task1 quote. vi.mock replaces an entire module. vi.mock parenthesis quote @/API/tasks quote comma arrow function return fetch tasks v.fn.mock resolved value open bracket close bracket. Now when your component imports fetch tasks, it gets the mock. For API calls, mock the fetch function global.fetch equals vi.fn.mock resolved value parenthesis new response parenthesis json.stringify parenthesis data close. For timers, use vi.useFakeTimers. vi.useFakeTimers at the start of your test. vi.advanceTimers by time parenthesis 1000 to advance 1 second. vi.useRealTimers in the cleanup to restore normal behavior. Always clean up mocks between tests. Use before each or after each to reset state. vi.restore all mocks resets every mock to its original implementation. Snapshot testing captures a component's rendered output and saves it to a file. Expect a parenthesis component close dot to match snapshot the first time Vitest creates a snapshot file. On subsequent runs, it compares the current output to the saved snapshot. If they differ, the test fails. Snapshots sound convenient, but use them sparingly. They break on any change, even intentional ones like updating text. Large snapshots are hard to review. Nobody reads a 500-line snapshot diff. They test structure, not behavior. A button can render perfectly but do nothing on click. Prefer explicit assertions. Expect get by text quote submit quote to be in the document is clear. A snapshot that happens to contain submit is not. Use snapshots for small stable components like icons or formatted dates. Code coverage measures how much of your code is executed during tests. Add -- coverage to your Vitest command. Vitest uses V8 or Istanbul to instrument your code. The coverage report shows 4 metrics: statements, how many statements were executed; branches, how many if-else paths were taken; functions, how many functions were called; lines, how many lines were executed. 80% coverage is a good target. 100% is usually not worth the effort. Focus on testing critical paths, not chasing numbers. Let's write real tests for TaskFlow. First, TaskCard. It receives a task object and renders its title and status. Describe TaskCard. It renders task title. Render TaskCard with a task prop. Title : quote by groceries quote. Expect screen dot get by text quote by groceries quote dot to be in the document. It calls on toggle when the checkbox is clicked. Const on toggle equals vi.fn. Render task card with on toggle. Await user dot click screen dot get by role quote checkbox quote. Expect on toggle dot to have been called once. Next, add task form. It has an input and a submit button. Describe add task form. It submits a new task. Const on submit equals vi.fn. Render add task form with on submit. Await user dot type screen dot get by role quote text box quote comma quote walk the dog quote. Await user dot click screen dot get by role quote button quote comma name quote add quote. Expect on submit dot to have been called with quote walk the dog quote. It does not submit an empty task. Await user dot click the add button without typing anything. Expect on submit not dot to have been called. Finally, task filtering logic. This is a pure function, no components needed. Describe filter tasks. Given 3 tasks, 1 complete, 2 pending. It returns only pending tasks when filter is active. Expect filter tasks parenthesis tasks comma quote active quote close dot to have length 2. It returns all tasks when filter is all. Expect filter tasks comma quote all quote dot to have length 3. These tests run in under a second and catch real bugs. Let's recap what you learned. Vitest for running tests fast with zero config. Describe it and expect for structuring and asserting. Testing library for rendering components like a user sees them. Queries, get by text, get by role, Find by text for async elements. User events for clicking, typing, and selecting. Mocking with vi.fn, vi.mock, and fake timers. Snapshots for small stable components only. Code coverage to measure test completeness. Phase 5 is complete. TaskFlow exists in both React and Svelte with routing, state, API calls, and tests. In the next video, we start Phase 6, the backend. Node.js, Express, and how JavaScript runs on servers. See you in the next one.